Like anything with OJ, you're like, how can I possibly learn anything new or more from this? And through 2 episodes, I would say I have.
Well, it's about the manhunt now. You're going to get into the trial now.
Okay, yeah, so I'm through
Last
2.
couple, yeah.
But there are still things that I think I forgot. I think I forget the kids were there. That doesn't really ever get talked about because they were upstairs and they took them out through the other side of the house that you don't see on TV ever.
I had
driveway side.
I had never seen still photos that graphic. Had you?
No, I mean, you can basically tell that there's a head missing in some of the photos they show. Like the head is off to the side enough. It's more graphic than any I've seen. But I think because I've seen crime scene photos, maybe not to that degree, I forget the kids were there.
Yeah.
It's just the kids never saw any of it because they were able to get to them and get them out through another door.
If they didn't, they would become Dexter.
Yeah.
That's how Dexter
Splatter
was born. No, his parents were brutally murdered, and the cop that was the investigator on the scene picked up this little kid in the middle of all the blood and carried him out.
Yeah, rescued in blood.
took him to the upside down world.
Now you're just joking around, but I was being very, very serious about OJ's kid perhaps becoming Dexter. I don't appreciate you're just treating this so lightly.
The whole thing is interesting. Like the fact that they botched it by doing the perp walk. I knew that.
Wait, what do you mean?
Like just that they let him try to turn himself in so that they could have a perp. Like, let him turn himself in, but also they wanted him paraded in front of the cameras, and that's when he just didn't show up. And then we get to the chase.
Right. So much of it feels like Hollywood based. Like they wanted that. They wanted. But obviously, they also gave him some preferential treatment because he was OJ, and they allowed him to and the old grizzled veteran cop is like, I knew immediately that was terrible.
Yeah.
We just wanted to go arrest him and bring him in like we would any other person.
I
thought when the chase happened, as everyone thought, well, this solidifies he'll never get off now.
Yeah.
Once you have this in the can, you know that, I mean, there's no way you can be found innocent.
And there's a crazy amount of stuff, too. Like, just on what you know, obviously it's crazy he was not convicted. But just on the stuff that they don't include in the trial, like as they're going through this, they'll be like, was not interviewed.
This witness who saw him throw away a duffel bag at the airport.
Yes.
Like an hour after the thing.
Cops never talk to him. Or they'll say, this bag was recovered, never fingerprinted. Yeah. Or this blood was found, never tested.
Then you wonder, is it
like what?
The prosecution office?
Yeah. So another thing I don't think I've ever really thought about is OJ was married before, and he was married for like 12 years. OJ was married to Marguerite Whitley from 1967 to 1979. And Marguerite actually called into the national news, a la Baba Booey, in the middle of the OJ White Bronco chase.
And it's just on the air with him?
Yeah. So she just calls in, and she, similar to Baba Booey or Sweaty Jen Olsen guy, they put her on, and she has a bit of a, hey, do you remember when you played for the 49ers type bit? And I cried laughing the first time I heard this. Trigger warning for language.
We've been watching black men be set up, falsely accused.
That's Christopher Darden.
We've been watching black men be set up, falsely accused. We all have a story. When that Bronco went down the 405, it drug us all in. All of a sudden, we all have some personal, emotional connection to O.J. Simpson in this case.
We have O.J.'s first wife, Marguerite, on the telephone right now. Marguerite, are you there?
Yes.
Yes. Yes, I'm here. I'm very gentle, sweet Marguerite.
We have O.J.'s first wife, Marguerite, on the telephone right now. Marguerite, are you there?
Yes. I just wanted to say, OJ, we love you, please. Run!
Marguerite, you're urging OJ to run?
Run and run!
Yes, OJ, if you can hear me, run! Run and run! And she just yells the N-word.
O.J.'s first wife, Marguerite, on the telephone right now. Marguerite, are you there?
Yes. I just wanted to say, OJ, we love you, please. Run!
Marguerite, you're urging OJ to run, to escape?
Go, OJ, don't. Keep going, keep going. Stand up for yours. Keep going.
Stand up for yours, OJ. Keep
Wow.
going. Keep going. And it's
Wow.
live on TV.
Is that actually her then, or no?
Man, I feel like if it wasn't, this documentary would have gotten to the bottom of that.
Okay, because if it was, that seems weird too. Like, yeah, it all seems.
I mean, it sounds like she's kind of on her, the way that the Darden quote sets it up, like she's on her Black Power shit.
Yeah, yeah.
Like the Darden's like, look, we all kind of got wrapped up in this in the black community of like, we just think he should get off.
Darden's a fascinating part of the whole thing too.
Yeah, I always liked him.
I mean, but his try on the glove thing, which he claims he kind of did on his own, and the rest of the prosecution is not distancing from that idea because it went so poorly.
Yeah.
They must have paid him a lot of money to be on this Netflix documentary because there's no way.
You just want to
Nothing
show
really,
up looking bad.
Yeah, nothing really. I didn't come away from this going, you know what? He kind of got railroaded a little bit. No, it makes him look bad all over the place. He does look like a DEI ad, if you want to call it that, or just an obvious thing that you might want to have some black people on the. But they laid it out as, I don't know if they've mentioned this yet, but they thought it was such a strong case that we don't have to care about the venue. Remember the Rodney King trial? I don't think was tried downtown L.A. It was tried in some kind of, is it Simi Valley? Is that what it's called?
Yeah.
More of a white area. And, the just about all white jury acquitted the Rodney King police officers. And I think because of that, because that was in the air, they wanted to make sure they did it, in this jurisdiction with more black jurors. Because they had done that before, they didn't want the impropriety. And they just thought, this is such an open and shut thing. He was in the Bronco chase. We got all this evidence that it doesn't matter what jury we get, they will convict him.
Yeah.
But Christopher Darden was black. He was the only black team member.
At least 2 episodes in, Marcia Clark not taking the check that Christopher Darden did to appear here. I haven't seen her. Have you? Do you know if she's?
Do you want me to tell you?
Oh.
No, she doesn't appear.
I didn't think so. I mean,
they
would have used that earlier.
Yeah.
But anyways, I don't know if it's Peter Jennings or whoever. Everybody's just like, we're going to go to Marguerite now for a solemn message from the Run!
Did you see the whole?
Don't go in there!
The whole chase then?
Like she's at Scream.
To when they got to his house and everything?
Oh, yeah.
Saw everything?
Yeah.
Incredible.
Yeah.
Like, imagine that. Like, I can't even imagine that it actually happened.
And he's on the phone, like, just let me get to my house.
But people were running to Hobby Lobby for cardboard and giant Sharpies to make huge signs.
Yeah.
And they'd be hanging them over or making a bed sheet and painting on a bed sheet, just hanging, Run OJ or Go Juice or whatever, and then running to the next, like, oh, man. All right, I see where he is on the highway. If I make this thing real quick and I get over there in 5 minutes, I can hang this up. It's incredible, and it was bigger than any parade you've ever seen, like for a championship winning team.
Oh yeah,
just the people lining the highways and lining.
The other crazy thing too is I don't know that you or I will ever be famous enough for this to have landed this way, but if you have an entire life of doing commercials out there and doing goofy sketches, if you kill your wife, the documentary is super easy to make.
Yeah, there's so much.
Because the amount of times that OJ is just like, come here, bitch, like in a movie, or he's like, I'm going to get out of here right now, or they'll never catch me. They just splice that into the documentary every minute. It's gold. Really well done. Run!